Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Pink Sweets with a 1 instead of an I. So today I decided that I wanted to do a makeup tutorial that was kind of a cut crease or a half cut crease. I haven't decided which one yet, but I was looking on Instagram and there's so much inspiration on Instagram. If you don't know what kind of look to do, that's definitely one of the places I like to look. So I would say the other places, maybe magazines and stuff like that, but usually I like to look on Instagram. So, it's not any specific photo this time, it's just a combination of photos, just a color combination that I kind of came up with, and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. So, and just so you guys know, a couple of things, don't forget to enter my giveaway. It ends on July 8th, and the video for that with the rules and everything has gone up, so go ahead and check that out. And then also my basic makeup look, like my basic kind of glam look like you're well put together, even though it only took 10 seconds to do, look will be up either tonight or tomorrow morning, so look for that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this tutorial. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Glow Kit, the Sun Dipped one, which I don't use. I'm sorry, this is the That Glow one, which I don't use that often because it has a lot of like bronzier shades, and I tend to go for like pink, highlighters, and it has this beautiful yellow gold. So I want to use that today. And then I'm going to go into two of my Juvia's Place palettes. One is technically a blush palette, but I like to use it for eyeshadows. That is the Saharan Volume 1 blush palette. And then I might use some of that red. And then I'm going to use primarily the Zulu palette from Juvia's Place. So I'm really excited and I can't wait to do this look. So I'm a little nervous, but let's get started. My hair out of my way. I did light brows today. I used like a lip pencil and I just did like some light brows. I didn't really want anything heavy or crazy since the look is going to be pretty dramatic. And I might go in with some glitter as well. So I'm going to use my MAC paint stick in white. I've been swatching eyeshadows all day, so if you see pink or red or something on me, that's what it is. I also, what was I going to tell you? I'm going to be going to Ulta soonish, and I want to get those Vivid Brights liners. I don't know if you guys have seen them from NYX. I've heard really good things about them, and I really want to start, I don't know, trying to do some creative things with those. So I'm going to use my Morphe M505. It's a very fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to go into the Zulu palette and the blush palette. I'm going to actually start with the blush palette, and I'm going to do the color Zane, which is this red, which kind of has a little bit of a pink undertone. So that'll be fun because my eyelids, there we go, will go just right back to being stained again, because I don't know if you noticed before I put the concealer on, you can even see some of the staining through the primer, but yeah, it's stained from yesterday. So I'm just placing this first, then I will blend it. Once I have it placed, I'm going to put on my tape, and then I will blend it with a different brush. Maybe with this brush too, but just placing that initially. It's a very pretty color. It's kind of like a pinky fuchsia red instead of like a fire engine red. It's kind of like my hair red. So we're gonna put the tape on. Now that we map that out, and then I'm going to grab that same brush again and I'm going to blend. So any plans for you guys? I don't know about this weekend, but I know that, well, tomorrow night I think we're going out to dinner with my parents, and They're friends who I've known since I was, oh my gosh, so little. And their daughter used to babysit me. They're like family. And we're gonna go out to dinner with them. I haven't seen them in a little while. Well, I haven't seen them since my parents' wedding anniversary party that I went to like a month and a half ago. So I'm just blending out that shade. It's pretty dramatic. And it's okay if it goes down onto the lid or gets kind of messy because we're gonna cut the crease. I can't decide if I want to do I think I'm gonna do a half cut crease, but we'll see. I'm gonna go into the Zulu palette and I'm gonna go into the red that's in this palette, which is a little bit more traditional red. And I'm gonna put that over top of it and a little bit lower. Same brush. Yeah, this one's a little bit more red. So I've already gotten a huge response on the giveaway. I'm really excited, you guys. I love giving back to you guys and, you know, letting you guys know how thankful I am for you. So I'm really excited that there was a huge response. Okay. And then I'm going to take my Morphe M573, which is another blending brush. Just making sure there's nothing on it with this color switch. I'm trying to think what I want to use is like a blender, like brow bone kind of shade. I think I'm going to go into Luna and Eclipse from my Aurora Glow Kit, these two here. I'm just knock something over. I'm just going to kind of put that right under the brow bone and blend. And we will put the pigmentation of the red back because it's gonna kind of go onto that. I know I could use a smaller brush, but I really wanted to like blend and soften it a little bit. I know, crazy, right? Me wanting to blend and soften anything. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to take that same brush I was using before, the 505, no additional product initially, and I'm just going to go back over that. And just kind of replace the pigment. Okay, so now we're going to attempt to cut the crease. So I'm going to go in with this little like angled brush. I got a tip from one of my subscribers to try and like actually create the line with this. I think it was Nicole that suggested that. So I'm just gonna do a half cut crease. So this brush is a little wonky. I got it from, came like in a set. Oh, that actually works kind of well. I got it in a set, or my husband got it in a set for me. It came in like a mug that says Juicy Couture, and it's like a makeup brush holder mug, I guess. I'm just creating the line, and then I'll kind of pat it out with a different brush. This concealer, for some reason, is really very creamy today. Like, I don't know if it's warmer in here than it normally is, but it's like, I'm going to go into this instead. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, which is a little less emollient the concealer, as soon as I dipped my brush in, it was just like pudding almost. I think it's because, like I said, I think it's a little warmer in here than normal. So I'm just using my Wet n Wild flat shader brush to carve that out. And I'm not the CutCrease master, but I think I'm getting better than I was. Maybe now I can use a little bit of that. My goal is to get really good at it. If you hear my dogs bark, a neighbor just went by with their dog, so they might bark at it. They bark at dogs in movies too. Do your dogs do that? Comment down below if your dogs bark at dogs in movies. It's crazy. I'm just like, okay, that's, you know, I guess they don't know, but they hear a dog bark no matter where. And I'm just using a little bit of this Born This Way concealer. I'm just putting it directly on my eyelids. But yeah, they hear a dog barking in a movie, oh, they go nuts. I tried watching that movie. It was like an old movie, or an older movie, Eight Below, I think, with Paul Walker, about the snow dogs, and I couldn't watch it with them in the room. Like, they were just bark, 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 bark. Like, every time the dogs on there barked, they barked. It was crazy. So I'm just smoothing that out. And then we will take a, or I will take a pencil brush, and I'm going to take this little smudger brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going to go into that red. I'm just going to really define that line with that brush. I think we're going to use glitter today, guys. I just feel like it. It's a glitter kind of day. Who am I kidding? Every day is a glitter kind of day. But especially, I don't know, some days I feel more like glitter than others. Comment down below if you guys like using glitter in your makeup looks. Also, speaking of your makeup looks, how would you feel if I recreated my subscribers' makeup? Like, where you guys would send me, privately send me pictures of your makeup looks in like Instagram or something like that, or email if you don't have Instagram. And then I would recreate, like I would choose, you know, a few looks, and I would recreate some of them. Let me know what you guys think. So I'm going back into the Juvia's Place palette. I'm using this beautiful, like, iridescent, shimmery blue. And I'm going to put that on the lid, on the inner part. Because I thought that would be something fun, because then I would get to see your makeup looks and recreate one of them and see how I can, if I can do that. I've seen a few people on YouTube do that. I saw like Raw Beauty Christie did that, and she actually does it on a regular basis, but okay. I love this palette. I mean, I love every Juvia's Place palette, but I think the Zulu one is one of my favorites. It's just so pigmented, and their shimmers are amazing. I mean, their mattes are amazing as well. They're so pigmented, like right off the jump, but their shimmers are also really, really amazing. And this is just a flat shader brush from my Morphe Blue set, the one that I don't know. It doesn't have any numbers or names or anything. Okay. I like it. I like it. All right. Now I'm going to go back into the M505. Actually, first I'm going to take the flat shader brush again. Where did I just put my color switch? There it is. When I say my color switch, it's like this, and you just rub your brush around in it and it removes any color from it, so you can use the same brush in a different eyeshadow color. So I'm first going to take the purple in this palette, which is just this bright palette. This is the only Juvia's Place palette that I have that does, so it's this one here, that doesn't have shade names, so I'm not sure why they did that, but I'm just going to take the purple and I'm going to put it on the outer edge of the blue, but I'm also going to blend it with my, you know, my blending brush as well, but I figured I would place it first where they meet. I just thought I've never done like a purple, like turquoise and red makeup look. I've never used that color combination. And any color combinations that you guys want to suggest, just let me know. I'm going to be doing a light pink and black one soon. Okay, and then I'm going to take my blending brush and pack that purple on it and just kind of blend a little bit on the outer, which is kind of adding like a really pretty like fuchsia shade into the mix. I don't know. I like it. I like this purple a lot. It's very vibrant. Purples are hard to do when it comes to eyeshadow. Like to make them, for brands to make them. So this is a very good purple, in my opinion. I have heard from some people that they thought it was difficult to work with, but I don't think I've ever had any issues with any Juvia's Place eyeshadows. I feel like I should be a spokesperson for them. I love them. Anytime somebody says they want some affordable, you know, high quality, like pigmented eyeshadows, I'm like, Juvia's Place right away. And I go back into the blue brush, and there we go. That's good. Just kind of sharpen that up. My hubby's watching the news, so if you hear a noise, that's what it is. Or if you hear a TV noise, that's what it is. Now I'm gonna go same brush, and I'm gonna go right back into the red from the original palette that we used, the Saharan blush palette. I cannot believe, like, look at this, okay? That shade is in the blush palette. I'm like, whew, that is pigmented and shimmery and gorgeous. So this is the red from the blush palette. I'm just re-intensifying and kind of redefining that shade. in the halo around the purple and the blue, like that. It's pretty. I love red eyeshadows. And it used to be that Sugar Pills Love Plus was like the only true red, actual, you know, good red eyeshadow, but now there's quite a few on the market. Okay, we're done on the upper. It took a hot minute, but the more I practice, the quicker I think I will get at it. Just like with anything, right? And we'll finish the upper lash line with like glitter if I decide to use it, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to, once we've done our face. Sorry if that grosses people out when I literally can just put anything up to my eye and it doesn't really bother me. But I know some people, it's like, ooh, it creeps them out. Okay. So I've already prepped my face with the Glam Glow Glow Starter, but I want to use a primer today. There it is. The Baby Skin by Maybelline. This is one of my favorite like pore filling primers, and I just use the tiniest bit. It's like a silicone-y, slippy feeling primer, and it's a really good primer from the drugstore. But I personally think it even works just as well as some of the higher end like Professional and stuff like that. But you don't want to use too much because it feels a little greasy. I mean, unless you have really dry skin, but okay. And I just dropped the lid. Yay. Okay, for foundation, I'm gonna use the what is it called? The Giorgio Armani Power Fabric. And I'm going to mix it in with the, dropping stuff everywhere, the L'Oreal Total Infallible Full Coverage Foundation. In this one, I'm in the shade 301. And then in the Power Fabric, this is 305. I don't think I'm that shade, though. I think I would need a lighter one to wear it by itself because it oxidizes a little bit, so I don't ever use it by itself, but I like to mix it in with, because like that's it by itself. That's a little dark, not too dark, but, and then I just put the Infallible mixed in. I always use too much foundation. Do you guys have that problem where like you're like, just dropped a bunch of stuff, where you're like, oh, I totally need that entire, you know, glob of foundation for my face, and then you're like, oh wait, or maybe I don't. Yeah, I always have tons of foundation left over. So I just like to blend sometimes some of it in before I go in with my beauty blender, just because the warmth of your fingers can like warm it up and like make it more seamless, less cakey. But that's only to place it, and then I never blend it in just with my fingers only. I will have to get one of the things I dropped. Oh no, I don't. I thought I was gonna have to get it beforehand. So this is my clean beauty blender, but I like to pat it, like I say that in like every video. Okay, this is dark. Yeah, that one didn't lighten it up very much. I'll see how it looks when it's blended out, but I might need to lighten it up with the powder or something. But if you literally just go in with a clean beauty blender, like without putting something on your Beauty blender first. Like for me, I find that it starts to pick up the foundation. So I'm just gonna bring this down my neck. So I tend to put just a tiny amount on it before I start to blend out my foundation. I'm borderline crazy about making sure that I always wash my beauty blender before I do my makeup. No, I guess once I blended it out, it doesn't look bad in terms of a shade. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the Instant Age Rewind concealer from Maybelline in terms of brightening my under eyes. A little bit here. I could actually just use this only as my concealer because it brightens, which is what I like to do with my concealer. I'm not really trying to hide anything with my concealer, but I'm trying to brighten certain areas, and because I'm pale, I could get away with just using the brightener shade as my concealer. Just like the Naked Skin concealer that I have, well, color corrector in pink, like I like to use that as my concealer. I really like this beauty blender. I was just using only the Sonia Kashuk one, and I forgot how much I like this particular sponge because it has like the flat edge, you know? So it's like, but I need to get a new one because it's starting to do that breaking up thing that they do after you've had them for a while. Okay. Just noticed when I always drop stuff, you guys. I'm just taking the brush that had the purple and kind of just blending it just a little bit better on that line. Okay. It also won't matter that much once we put the glitter on. Whew, just yawned. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna set my face first and then I'll go in with the glitter. And I gotta get this gloppy foundation off from the back of my hand. I can't stand. Do you guys have any pet peeves? I'll tell you one of mine. One of my pet peeves, like things that gross you out or whatever. I cannot stand sticky hands, or stickiness. Period. Like honey, or you know, if you spill something sugary on yourself or whatever. I cannot. Oh, I can't stand it. So my best friend and I were at hold on, there we go. My best friend and I were at Bob Evans with her husband, my husband, and some friends, and they all know that I can't stand stickiness, right? Oh my goodness, let me tell you, I reached over to get something. We were there for breakfast. Reached over to get something, and I knocked over the entire syrup container onto myself, like onto my lap. I had syrup covering my arms. I had syrup covering my legs, my hands, my, like, everything. I mean, I was covered in maple syrup, and I was like, oh no. It was so gross because to me, like I said, I can't stand being sticky. I can't stand it when my hands are sticky. I hate it. So that was fun, and we were like nowhere near being done from breakfast, so I was able to wash my hands, and like they gave me like a wet, you know, towel or whatever. But so I'm gonna go in with, I think this is Gamma Ray. I'm not sure. I can never remember what the light blue heavy metal glitter from Urban Decay is called, and it like the sticker has worn off, so, or fell off. So I'm gonna take this. I'm just gonna Dump it out, and then I'm just gonna put this over top of the blue, just where the blue is, where it meets the purple. I love the Urban Decay Heavy Metal glitter liners. I think it's the easiest way to apply glitter. I like loose glitter, like I like the look of it once it's, you know, applied, but the process is such a headache sometimes. Sometimes you just want something very easy, and see how that creates, like, it just takes it to that next level, I think. So, and it's very opaque when you layer it, so, you know, it's just so easy. And it has, because it's a glitter liner, it has like the liquid in it, and you don't have to use a glitter primer with it at all, and it stays all day. I did a look on a day where I wasn't filming, and I used the gold one, this one, the Midnight Cowboy one. No, this is the pink one, the gold one, wherever it is. And I went out at like noon, and I didn't get home until after midnight, and it was still on, completely opaque, had not, like, it does not fall onto your face, it stays all day. So I really love them, and you can build them up, like you can keep, if I keep going, it'll just get more and more coated in glitter, but it doesn't look chunky or weird. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take again that brush that I had the purple and just kind of pat out the edges to just make sure. Okay, yep, I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, so I can't use that particular blush palette because blush is way, like, all those blushes are way too dark for my skin tone, but it's an excellent blush palette for deeper skin tones. So I'm going to go into Code Breaker, which is one of my NYX, NYX ombre blushes. That's the word I'm trying to say. And this is the more hot pink one. It's very pigmented. I'm just gonna put that on as my blush. I'm just adding a little bit right now because I'm gonna do my bronzer and then my highlight, and then I usually put on a little more blush, so start out small. Okay, and then I'll go in with my Morphe R10, which I like for bronzing up my face. And I'm actually wonder, let me look at this glow kit because it has like a bronzy, I'm just gonna try a little. Let's see. They have one shade in this glow kit that's called Golden Bronze, and it's like a radiant, like, I think on me it looks like more like a radiant bronzer, but I just don't want it to be too shimmery. Maybe I'll just put it a little on my cheeks, but not on the rest of my face. Okay, so I'll go into Telluride from Bobbi Brown and just put a little bit of that over top of it. This is a very cool toned bronzer, but I like it. I think it's like one of the only items that I own from Bobbi Brown other than the Bobbi Brown face base. At Bobbi Brown, I'm switching to my R2. It's bigger. And I don't know why, but Bobbi Brown is another one of those companies, like Lorac, Bobbi Brown, and NARS, I think, are the three brands that I use the least. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason. I just have never really been a huge fan. But probably because I just haven't tried a lot of their stuff. What am I doing? I'm putting, oh you guys, I just put bronzer where blush goes. Lost my mind, send help. Okay. Then I'm gonna, ooh, I just hit the camera. Then I'm gonna then I'm gonna take my foundation, like my beauty blender with the foundation on it, and just clean up that line. It's the easiest way to fix it if you've gone down too far on your contour or your bronzer or your blush, in my opinion. I'm gonna spray my face. I'm gonna use my Rose Water Facial Toner. For those of you that don't know, I got it at Trader Joe's. My husband got it for me, and it is amazing. I was using the Kopari Coconut Rose Facial Toner. That works just as well, if not better. Ooh, stretch. Okay, I'm gonna use my makeup. No, what am I doing? I was like, I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever, my pink highlighter. No, I wanted to use my Anastasia Glow Kit. So I'm gonna go in with, should I do Bubbly or should I do, I'll do Bubbly and Sunburst mixed together. So Bubbly is like this light champagne, and then Starburst is this like yellow gold. The Anastasia Glow Kits are honestly some of my favorite highlighters of life. I also like, you know, Jeffree Star. Trading Mecca has the Glowing Goddess palette. So there's a lot of different, you know, highlighters, but the glow kits, and I think it's a really good deal because you get 4 or 6 depending on what kind of glow kit it is. And you get them for like 40 bucks for that many shades. So I like the variety. I still want to get, I need to order the, what is it called? The Platinum Ice Jeffree Star highlighter palette. I want to get that because I don't know how I never got it. I just never did, and I regret not getting it. So every time I see somebody use it, and it has, I think it has like 2 shades that are in his permanent collection, like Lavender Snow and Ice Cold, but I don't own Lavender Snow by itself. So for me, the only one that I own that's in that set is the Ice Cold. So, which is fine because that's one of the ones I like to use the most when I'm not filming. So I'm just re-intensifying that blush, kind of mixing my highlighter with it. And then I'm gonna put on, what shade? I think I'm gonna use this. This is the Urban Decay 24-Hour Glide On Pencil in Electric. It's a beautiful, like, electric blue. I'm gonna put that in my waterline. And then I'm gonna top, like, buff, on my lower lash line, I'm gonna buff the purple and the red together. Okay, I like that. So grab the Zulu palette again, and I'm gonna use that smudger brush that I used on my lids as well. I'm gonna go into the red and then the purple from the Zulu palette. And then the purple. I think I'm just gonna put the purple only on the outer edge. When the purple mixes with the red, it kind of turns a little fuchsia-y. I think I said that before. And now we fall out. Hopefully it'll go away. Left a little bit of redness under mine. Oh well. Okay, and then I want to take the glow kit and I want to put with a little smudger brush, I want to put the yellow on the inner corner from the sunburst shade. I'm gonna spray it. Go in with a little bit more. So I'm just gonna take that and just put some of that. Okay, so that didn't do much. Okay, there we go. It's working, it's working. And there, just adds that extra little oomph. Put a little bit more on my nose. I like my nose to be like, boop, highlighted. Okay, spray my face with this stuff one more time. This is not by any means a makeup setting spray. I just spray it to like meld the powders into my skin as best as I can. And then kind of push, like help it along with my sponge. And then I'm going to put on mascara. I'm going to start with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which I might regret because this stuff tends to, the brush is so big that sometimes I get it like on my cheek. And it's starting to flake a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna repurchase this. I was so excited when I repurchased it because I hadn't had it in so long, and I thought, oh, you know, I'm gonna be so excited when I get it. I don't think it's any better than some of the drugstore ones. I'm gonna go in with my Luminous Butterfly mascara from L'Oreal, and this one is a good mascara. You have to be a little careful because the wand is like a torture device, or it looks like one, but it works really well at separating your lashes. And I tend to not get it on my face as much as some of the other ones. And then we have lips, and that's it. It's this one area on my eye. I don't know why, but this one area, every time I get to it, my eye wants to blink, and then I get it on my cheek. I just dropped it. Okay, I'm gonna clean the foundation off my lips. And then I'm gonna go in with a Juvia's Place liquid lipstick. So I have this duo. I've worn it before. I kind of put it back in the box for, because after I used it, I did a haul with it. But this is in the shade Madam, and they always send you, well, they don't always send you, like, but they come in duos. And so one is metallic and one is not metallic. So I'm gonna use the metallic one. And it's like a very pretty, like magenta, like purple. Sometimes metallic liquid lipsticks aren't as pigmented. This one is, in my opinion. So, I really like it. Hold on, my battery is... Okay, I think it'll go until we're done. Okay. Yeah, this is such a pretty color. The wand is a little strange, but not enough to bother me. It's just not as flat as some of them. Oh, she keeps wanting to go out further and further. There we go. Okay. And the one that is not metallic is definitely a little bit more opaque. This one, you have to shake it up really well. But for metallic, it's pretty opaque. All right, so setting spray and we're done. I'm gonna use my Stay Matte Fix and Go from Rimmel. It smells so familiar and I can't place the scent. And I feel like I could spray this on my face all day. It just really makes a difference. And if you start to get oily at all throughout the day and you just spray it on your face, it kind of mattifies you down. So this is the finished makeup look. I really like the way it turned out. And don't tear my nose. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at cut creases. So if there's something you're not good at with makeup, just practice, 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 and you should get better. But anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. Thank you for all your support. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye guys.